fuck talking. Ain't no chit chat, you touch mine, just fuck yours. Get my lick back, we pulled up and double down. Yeah, we hit back and party hard and drink up, nigga.
Yo, 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 yo. What's happening? What's happening?
What's up, bro? What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight?
Hey, hope everybody's good and well. I know I am. It feel like we ain't been up here forever, man. So it looks like we got some viewers that was already in the waiting room. So let's go ahead and speak
I
to them.
noticed.
If it's your first time getting to the show, welcome. Welcome to Kickstandz Down. And you already know, you got your main man Trouble, aka Left Lane Bully, and my man who you be.
Everybody knows me. I'm Frost. Glad everybody come in. Thank you guys for showing some love. Thank you, ladies, for being here. Um, just want to say thanks to all the bros and sisters, whether you're tuning in live or you're catching up on the show later on. Either way, we appreciate the love. We appreciate everybody coming out here and sticking with us. So
That's right.
before we start off and let them actually get into everything tonight, why don't you run through our usual disclaimers?
Disclaimer.
Yeah, that's
I
what it's
got you.
called.
I got you. Well, ladies and gents, like I said before, welcome to Kickstandz Down, where you can come, get educated, learn some things, politic, ask some important questions, see different views. Most importantly, have a good time. But with that being said, these are our views, our perspective views, none of the perspective views from our perspective clubs and or who we are under. Again, these are our perspective views of a 99 support aspect. Yes, sir.
So now that he's got that disclaimer out the way, like you said, this is us. This isn't what everybody else is saying. We don't care about he said, she said, none of that. This is our opinions on what we went through, what we've learned, and just trying to give y'all some of that knowledge and some of that love. Um,
Correct.
so for tonight's episode, ladies and gentlemen, bros and sisters, we are going to talk about a tail gunner and a road captain position in a motorcycle club. Um, I know some of you may have gotten where we shared it on Facebook. For some reason, I don't know why, the thumbnail was different and it said ride captain. So, for those of you that don't know, the position is a road captain, but the title, the actions, and all that stuff is the ride captain. And they're basically the ones that's in charge of everything overall as far as the ride goes. We'll get into that a little bit later, but I just wanted to explain in case someone missed that and noticed that the thumbnails were different. But we do appreciate everybody. Um,
Absolutely.
what do you
Got
have to
my mama
say?
in the building. Like I said, hello to everybody. What's up, Miss Frazier? What's up, Miss India? Um, my mama. We made it, man. My mama has made the show. We made it, bro. I don't know if you realize this, but she's not a YouTuber. So she up here, she said, hey, but we're gonna dive right into it, man. What is a road captain? What's a tail gunner? Why are they needed in a club? What position are they? How can you even think about positioning yourself to be either? Well, in my honest opinion, everything is educational processes, right? So, with that being said, you got to know something about motorcycles to be in either one of those positions. Now, some clubs have
Facts.
both. Some clubs have one, and then
Hmm.
you'll have what they call like second and third road captains or a subsidiary of such, which is basically somebody that's helping out. So I'll start with the road captain, and why don't you take the gunner? So
That works.
road cap. All right, bet. Road captain, very important. It's not just for safe travels, ladies and gents. Road captain is the president on the road. You heard it correctly. He is the president on the road. He's responsible for the team, the entire team. He's responsible for the route. He's responsible for knowing whether there's construction coming up, what gas stations, how many miles each bike can get per stop. He's also responsible for inspections. Huh? Yeah. So sidebar, not a sidebar, interruption. When I was the road captain, because I done did all the positions, right? So when I was the road captain, I loved it because I knew a thing or two about bikes, but the gentlemen that were in the club that I was in previously, they taught me a lot about motorcycles. All right. So now what I do is, I inspect my own before I try to check anybody else. So that's true signs of a good road captain. All right. So if you know you guys about to go on a ride or you got church coming up, and if you don't know what that is, it's a term for a meeting. Go back into the previous shows. We dug in for a little bit and we talked about, especially the first show. The first show was good. It was over 2 hours, ladies and gents. So make sure you got time. Break it up if you got to. 30-minute lunch break. Put the kids to bed, take another 30-minute break. You know what I'm saying? But it was good stuff. So tires, oil levels. When is the last time that you had an oil change? And for everybody who's riding motorcycles, know your bike. You're gonna make it easier on yourself to get away from fines from deemed by the road captain if you know your bike. So if you know your bike, you're in a ride and you hear something. It's a tick. Something is off with the bike. Don't always ride with your music up. Learn your bike, crank it up, cold start it. See what it sounds like when it's cold. See what it sounds like when it's hot. Learn how it rides when it's hot versus when it's cold, because it's a difference. You know, I can dig in a little bit deeper on that, but I'm gonna wait because I just want to give you the surface of what road captains really have to do, and then we're gonna bounce with my brother Frost. He's gonna say some things about the gunners, and then we're just gonna keep going. So another thing about the road captain, hand signals is a must. You can't be a road captain and you don't know how your chapter moves with hand signals. All right. So prime example, you're a road captain and your left turn is this. If you haven't told your guys that you are going to the left like this, ain't nobody gonna know what you're talking about. Ain't nobody gonna know what you're talking about. So make sure before the ride, you prep your guys, you prep your ladies. If you're in a co-ed club, you prep both on your signs, what to expect, and just ride safe. That's part one.
And part two for everybody is the tail gunner. So not all clubs have a tail gunner. Um, that's something that's, club specific. Some people don't give that title, that position at all. They just let the road captain handle it and kind of throw somebody there for the position for that ride. Um, Now, what he was saying about hand signals are a must for any club out there. And yes, we said club as always. We got to say clubs are not gangs. So please, if you hear somebody saying it, correct them. We got to change the narrative and we can't do it alone. We got to have everybody working together. You've heard Black Dragon, Hollywood, Mike Ball, Big Bone, Archbishop, Sos the Ghost, everybody that has come before us, Dibber, all the way over in England. So you've got all these different people that keep saying the same thing, and the narrative just stays the same. So we got to change that. But with the hand signals, everybody has to know your hand signals. If you don't know it, you're not going to be able to ride in a proper formation. Um, One thing that I heard that I really liked, some of you might not know this. You can go on Black Dragon's channel and look it up. It's actually true. So, what they do in the Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club, which I love about this club, is that before they even get on a bike to ride in formation, they make the bros walk in formation. If you
What?
can't walk in a proper formation, you can't ride in a proper formation. So they get them out there and they make them walk up and down the parking lot. They
I
doing
like
it.
it.
They marching
I
in
like it.
sync. They using hand signals. They making sure that they're out from each other. They're measured side to side, front to back. They've got space for themselves and their bros. Um, that's another thing that a lot of people might not know. A tail gunner, what they do is they stay in the back and they watch over the weaker ones in the formation that might not know how to ride. The newer ones, sometimes it's bros that happen to bring their old ladies on a ride and they get thrown in the back. Any guests from other clubs always ride in the back. Um, and sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes the tail gunner and the road captain actually have their own signals just for them. Nobody else uses.
Correct.
So
Correct.
while the road captain, let's say we're riding in 2x2 formation, which means that they're right here beside each other all the way back. Some clubs call that riding suicide style. What up, though? Thanks everybody for tuning
What up,
in.
though?
But some people call that riding suicide. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, me personally, I'm not riding in formation unless I have seen you ride. It ain't happening. You ain't getting beside me unless I know you can ride. Um,
Correct.
but the thing about that is that if you're the tail gunner, I mean, if you're the road captain and I'm the tail gunner, right? And we're in formation, let's say that you're in the other lane because you're wanting to check formation, make sure everybody's good, and keep an eye on everybody because that is also a duty of a road captain. So,
Correct.
what you're going to do is while you're keeping an eye on everybody, making sure everybody's good, I'm going to be in the back trying to make sure everybody's lined up right, everybody's spaced out right, everybody's staying at speed, keeping up with the pack because we don't need stragglers back here. We don't need cars cutting over, trying to run over any bros or sisters or any of that. So that would also be my duty to stop that, or his duty as road captain to stop that and make sure that we're able to have a safe ride. A tail gunner, as some of you will see or some of you know because you're already in a club, will also, if you have this in your club, will shoot up to the front of the pack. Now, a lot of people see it for the first time. They're like, what's going on? Why are they doing that? So, say we're coming up to an intersection, we're getting ready to turn or whatever. I, as the tail gunner, would shoot up, make sure that I can block traffic to let my bros and sisters make that turn all together smooth. We don't do it to be a pain in the butt for all the other traffic out there, all the people in the cages and everything. We don't do it to impede on anybody. A lot of times there's some clubs that for special runs will even get emergency services such as fire department, police, or whoever to escort, and they'll end up blocking the traffic for you then. On the interstate, if he gives me that signal that he's wanting to change lanes, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over into the other lane and go ahead and start blocking that traffic so they can get over safely and they won't have to worry about anything. Um, I don't really care for the tail gunner position personally.
I knew you was
Um,
gonna say that.
I don't like road captain either. The main reason, not the main reason, honestly, is because if anybody on here knows me, they know I ain't working on nothing. I don't know how to.
Right. Right.
I can do the technology stuff. I can do the regular maintenance, fork seals, tires, oil, stuff like that, brakes. Um, I can't do no good work as far as like
Right.
motor work, transmission, clutches, any of that. I don't know it. But also, I'm normally the one that's out there doing burnouts and acting a fool. So my tires ain't always the best.
Right,
So
right.
therefore, I don't do good in that position because what I look like saying you can't ride with my bald tire. I've been told
Yeah,
I couldn't ride before, and it sucked that I had to miss a ride. But at the same time, I still got the rest of the day with the bros, so that was always a good thing. Um, but what do you have to say about the tail gunner position from your point of view?
yeah. With the tail gunner, he's in my opinion, humble opinion, he's very much needed. Depending on the size of the actual train that you're in. Like I said, I've been road captain. I've played tail gunner. I've also played the in between guys where just with your flashers on and we making sure the exits are clear, free and clear. I've did several rides as far as anniversary rides and rip rides and things of that nature. So I actually have fun with the road cattle position because there's a I'm a stickler for doing it by the book. All right. So if you're getting on a ride with me and I'm laughing and joking before the ride, right? Hear me out, laughing and joking before the ride and I'm letting everybody know what my hand signals are and don't move into the other lane until the gunner, who are my gunners. I'm bringing them up so you get to see them, you get to see what bikes they have, and making sure that you're staying in your mirrors. Every 3 to 5 seconds, you stand in your mirrors, which is I'm not talking about you standing in the mirror, you staying in them. You boom, you making sure that you being safe because it's our responsibility to keep you safe. But I don't need you playing with your phones and in the train. Don't be doing no mess like that because you knock my train down. We got issues. But um, being a road captain, man, it's a sense of responsibility. It's a big sense of responsibility. All right, like I said, you're the president on the road, right? So you got to make sure that your hand signals and your communication with your gunners are A1. All right, so if I tell my gunner Frost, hey, listen, we're gonna make this left. I'm telling everybody this is my signal to go to the left. But you're not moving until my gunner clears that lane. So if I give you the left signal and I hold it, everybody hands should go up and hold it. When he clears that lane, I'll double up and drop it down. That whole left side needs to go ahead and shift. That right side follows. It ain't no excuses for trying to speed up, do no burnouts or nothing in that train. None of that. Because it's the road captain's responsibility to check that. Now I've been in situations where I haven't been the road captain, but somebody was doing something stupid in about a 15 to 20 bike train, and the whole train got pulled over by the road captain and the gunners. So, with that being said, it's not a game. You know what I'm saying? You want that train to flow exactly how it sounds. A train. You want it to be successful as possible, and it's a fun thing to do, especially when you get to ground somebody. How many times you been grounded? You know, hit mute. Oh, 1 second. He been
Yeah.
grounded a lot. I answer it for him. He been grounded a lot.
No,
Ball tie
actually,
head.
actually, nah, I really haven't. I kind of, me and my road captain, because we didn't really have a tail gunner in my chapter. So me and my road captain, with me being Sarge, we kind of took over everything and made it to where I was also helping him keep everything under control, keep it all on lock, and all that kind of stuff. So I really didn't get grounded too often. It has happened. I'm not gonna lie, but not too often. Thank you, AB, for being here. Archbishop, for those of you that don't know, from the Diamond Effect and the Big Boneyard Show. So he's in here, and he said the tail gunner
Like,
has the
share, and
most
subscribe.
important part. Just like him and Trouble both said just a second ago, if he's not on point as the tail gunner, people jumping lanes before he clears it will get people killed. And that
Correct.
is the most honest thing I have seen yet. And, I'm one of them fearless ones. I'll pull out.
Yeah.
I don't care. If we need to get over, I'm getting us over. Um, it's not always the best thing, but I've also been in different scenarios to where I've actually had to learn how to ride in different conditions. Um,
Correct.
some of you know I've ridden in the snow. You know, I'm a Yankee. That's how we do it up there. Now I live in the South and it's raining here all the time for some reason. It'll rain for like 3 weeks straight. So I've ridden in the rain too. Um, I got to where, you know, my bike was my daily driver. I
Right.
hated being in the cage. It didn't matter how cold it was. It didn't
Correct.
matter. None of that. That was me out there. I used to ride to work 5 a.m. in 10-degree weather, 5-degree weather. And it was because I had my layers or my duster to keep me warm. So don't get me wrong, you will get cold, but
You gonna
the
get
road
cold regardless.
conditions, exactly. The road conditions are a big thing. I've also practiced what they call slow speed maneuvering. And I
Hmm.
know some of you people have seen bikes and police bikes. Let me put it that way, because police bikes do it the most. They'll pull up in a parking lot. You'll see them down at Bike Week a lot, pulling in, and they'll whip those big Road Kings around like it's nothing. Lean it, twist it, do a figure eight in one parking space, and call it a day. So
Yep.
there was a gentleman, I can't remember his name right offhand. He's actually out of South Carolina and Georgia, but he makes YouTube videos. He's an ex-officer that makes YouTube videos on slow speed maneuvering. So I watched some of his videos. I got out there in a parking lot one day, started my figure eights, and ended up being able to where I jump on my cruiser, I'll lean it like it's a rocket. I'll get all around them curves and fly up and down the mountains because I'm right here at the foothills, like 30 minutes away from Blue Ridge Mountains. So, I mean, the Blue Ridge Parkway. So I can go up and down there just like a regular rocket. But I can't express it enough that it's not just on these two guys. Yes, they are the ones that's in charge. They are the ones that's calling the shots, and they're the ones you need to listen to. Even your president and your VP need to bow down when on the road for the road captain and the tail gunner, because they're the ones that's doing that route. They're the ones in charge. And first and foremost, it's your road captain. Your tail gunner just kind of keeps it all together, works with him as an assistant to make it all work. Um, the special hand signals, they help out. He can signal me and me alone while everybody else is doing stuff if I need to do what I need to do as the tail gunner.
Right.
The main hand signals, that's for the club overall. Make sure you
Right.
practice them, make sure you know them. Everyone should be able to enter their club and get the proper knowledge. So,
Right.
road captains, don't just go in there calling shots, because I've had the road captains that just
Nah.
go in and you ain't riding today, blah, 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 and not explain why. Break it
Exactly.
down so these bros and sisses know what's going on. They're not sitting here
Correct.
just thinking that you just trying to be some type of way. If you have to fine them for acting up in formation, or you have to ground them and kick them out of formation while you're going down the road or whatever it may be, then do it at a reasonable level. Don't let the power go to your head in any position. You've heard me say before in the previous shows and on other channels, if you can't make a difference without that title, you're not going to make a difference with it. So
Mm-mm.
everyone needs to
Not at
work
all.
together in formation. If I'm in the middle of formation, and I'm not as a tail gunner, but if I'm in the middle of formation as a regular member or whatever, I want to know that the person beside me on whichever side they may be on, in front and behind me, know what's going on too. You got to actually pay attention to the formation, stay where you're supposed to stay, and all that kind of stuff. If you're in a smaller group, yeah, you can move around a little bit, you know, dance on your bike while you're going down the road. It's just you and bro. But in formation, stay in formation, whether that be staggered, which means that you're like
Correct.
this all the way down, or suicide side by side, two by two, whatever you want to say. You'll see hand signals for that as well to let you know which formation you're going in. Some ride suicide in the mountains and the curves. Others decide that, hey, look, we're going to ride suicide as we're going down the road, but we're going to stagger in the curves. And
Correct.
I think that, that way personally for me, I like it best because it gives you a little bit more space whenever you're going through them
Absolutely.
sharp curves. But what do you have to say?
Absolutely. Now I know we touched on both our positions, right? But it goes deeper. If you're a newbie to riding in any kind of formation, and you're either in a club or not in a club, my suggestion to you would be to get you a riding partner. All right. First, ride your ride. All right. Second off, if you want to learn how to start riding, impacts, because there's a lot of, man, I'm on Facebook and I keep getting these requests and I'm wondering why is this bike this, bike that, bike this. Man, I started scrolling and North Carolina has a lot of independent riders who just get up and ride. Now, I'm
Yep.
not sure how they ride in those rides. I don't know if they go staggered. I don't know, suicide, whatever. But at the same time, if you're scared to do group rides, my suggestion would be get you a riding buddy. You know, y'all go out. Get used to some seat time. Maybe it might be, let's just say, 2 hours today. 1 hour one way, 1 hour back. That's 2 hours. An hour goes by fast on the bike. So pick a time where you guys can, you know, maybe one day do straight out all highway. See how that feels. See how changing lanes feels. See how slowing down, and work on your hand signals between you guys. Or if you got that kind of, if you have that kind of communication to where you don't have to say nothing and you're in tune with that person, ride. You understand what I'm saying? But get out here, get to some of these events, see how people ride, and you never know, it can help you out. I'm not against going to school. Okay, I rode for I'm 41. I rode for about 7 years without any kind of license, without any kind of permit. You know, knucklehead stuff. You fall and get up. You know what I mean? Ride all lefts through the neighborhood, then turn around next week and ride all rights, and then go to the corner store and come back. Yeah, I was that guy. I'm that guy like Frost that I taught myself how to ride off of YouTube. Okay. Now you can ask my mama. She up here in the comments. I don't know if she's still here, but she would. I get home after work, because I was scared to ride to work. It's 1,000 and it's 30 degrees outside, and I'm more used to the muscle. But get in that neighborhood, I get up. You know what I mean? So I do all lefts one day, all rights. Boy, you crazy? You riding out there by yourself? I said, look, man, I got to be ready for the summertime because the guys all got bikes, and I can't come out here with this 1K and not know what I'm doing. So I'm riding my ride. I still rode in the summertime and still didn't know what I was doing. The boys were doing something different. But I got that experience because I learned myself, I learned my bike, and then I learned how to ride with others. As long as you secure in what you can do, I'm not going to say it doesn't matter what the guy to the left or right does because it does. But as long as you know what you can do, you can spot a rider that doesn't know what he's doing, and you can move positions. Now
Yep.
that's only if you're not in a club or whatever. Now, if you're in a club, I'm gonna tell you right now, you can feel how you want to feel. Dog. If you're in a club and you don't know how to ride bar to bar or staggered or none of that, how did you
Bye.
get your rags? How did you get your rags? I've seen
On
it
the
though.
internet.
Hey, I'm not calling any names, but I've seen it, and I've asked the question, "Hey man, you all right? How long you been riding? How long you been a full patch?" Okay. Hey, on the ride back, man, I got to tell gunner straight up. I've been in rides like that. Let me play the tail or let me be the head. I'm not being in the middle. Guys don't know how to ride. It is what it
Oh, I'm
is.
straight up told him, look, you moving. You ain't beside me no more. I'm putting him beside me. You going up there. We doing something, but you ain't gonna be beside me. And I was riding. Normally I ride on the left, but on
Yeah,
this one day I was on the right because bro was more comfortable on the left. So to try to help him out, I said, you know what, I'll switch with you.
right.
Well, bro had a Gixxer 600. no pipes.
Oh my
Boy,
God.
let me tell you, made it
Right
like
beside that
10
can.
minutes. Made it like 10 minutes down the interstate. I looked over at him. I was like, look, we getting off. We done pulled over. You look, you moving. You can't be. I can't hear nothing. I'm deaf. He's moving
Right.
his lips. I can't hear him. I'm like, no, no, because them things is loud with no pipes. Let me tell you.
Hey, I already
So
know.
my ear was just humming away, and I wasn't having it. So yeah, I'm with you on that one. You moving. I don't know how you got your rags. I don't know what you did. I guess you went to Amazon, or you got one of these clubs where you can be in North Carolina, South Carolina, and your president's all the way over there in North Dakota, Colorado, wherever, and you
You
doing
just
it like
riding.
that. But that's why you heard me say in the last video, real clubs. And real
Yeah.
clubs will take the time to be able to teach you what to do. Yeah, so as y'all see this comment here, so we going down the road one day, and Red was riding for maybe a week. I mean, maybe a week. Uh, we get on the interstate, and we doing, like 90, and bro in front of her decided that, he had to adjust real quick. So he went to stand up on the bike. You see bros do that after a minute, stand up on the bike. You got to adjust. So he went to adjust, and his foot hit the back brake, slammed on his brakes in front of her. She went off the left side up against the guardrail and was freaking out. And it took me like 3-4 miles of telling her to pop up onto the damn road before she finally got back up onto the road, because they was doing construction. So it was new pavement, had like a 3-inch lip, and she was scared to do it. But she finally got up there. And whenever we got back, I had to tell bro, look, you need to watch what you're doing. And of course, they got to take it some type of way, but it wasn't even trying to be like that. It's trying to be safety for your peoples. And yeah, India, Amazon, you'll see it. Etsy, Walmart, whatever.
The Walmart riders.
People, the Walmart riders, as Bone calls them, the rah rah boys, as Black Dragon calls them. But
Right.
but yeah, like it was a big deal, having somebody out there that knew how to ride, but
Yeah.
still made a simple mistake like that. So stuff does happen. That's why I said it's on everybody, not just the road captain or the tail gunner.
Nah.
And see,
Nah.
she
The
said I
thing
ain't even
is,
tell it right, because she got mad. She wanted to open her mouth, but she knows she couldn't to her bro, so I had
oh
to
yeah.
stop her. And then bro wasn't, trying to apologize to her, because he came to me as the man in the relationship, and then the MC, the bro, and all that stuff. So she got mad because she couldn't say nothing and all that kind of stuff. So that's why she said I ain't tell it right. But
Right. I mean, Amazon. They love you,
yeah, I know
Amazon.
they still on it.
But for real though, that's why it's important. Like I said before, it's important for the road captain to know his job and do his job. To be able to see a titty in the tires. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but it's basically bands inside of a tire that actually get loose and pop, and they leave little knots in the tire. That's actually dangerous. So it's up to not only you as the rider, but up to your road captain as well to catch that. Me personally, like I said, when I was a road captain, I'd be laughing and joking with you and running my hand down your tire at the same time. They knew what time it was. Like if they saw me coming as the road captain, oh shit, they standing in front of their bikes or acting like they done lacing up the boots in front of the bikes, or, just trying to deter me from looking at the bikes. So I'm like, okay, it's cool. I walk away and look from a distance, and I can see that back tire is kind of low. So I can only imagine what the sidewalls look like. It's
So
cool.
I had a probie one time, a prospect, for those of you that don't know the term probie. Um, Fresh, new, didn't know how to ride, but still learning, wanted to get into it and everything. And he did really good. So we tell him we going on a ride. Told him to go out, wash his bike. We getting ready to do inspections here in a minute after we finish our meeting and blah blah blah. And walk outside, and bro's tire is beyond bald. And he ain't know no better. So he put tire shine on it to try to cover it up. Not thinking about, for those of you that don't know,
Oh my
tire shine
God.
is basically oil, which means it's going to be slippery as all get out there on that road. You ain't doing it, you're grounded automatically. Don't
Jesus.
no, you gone just because you did that. But since you like the road captain position, let me ask you this.
What's
Say you out
up?
there on that road, right? And as you know, because we actually came out there to see your club and stuff.
Correct.
So on that trip, we're
Mm-hmm.
going down I-40 here in North Carolina. You know, it's like a 5-hour ride. And one of my bros, I like that.
We'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, we'll get
Yeah,
to it in a minute.
we'll definitely touch that, Oliver. Don't worry. But one of my bros was beside me. We're doing good. All of a sudden, he's gone. Didn't see him nowhere. Ain't hear nothing. No noises. No nothing. Look in my mirror. He's back there, like back there. So I signaled for him to get off the road. Flew up, got everybody else off the road. Pulled over. Somehow his sprocket completely snapped and warped the bolts and broke completely. And no one knows how it did it. Didn't make no noises, nothing. And his bike even passed inspection before we left the house. So I know what I did in that position. You know, I was like, yeah, you know, you just got your rags today. You want to show them off. They all nice and crisp, and you want to be out there. So take my bike. So I gave him mine and let him ride it. But what would you do in that position as a road captain? You're out there on the road and something like that happens while you're on a trip.
On the trip. Jesus Christ. All right. First and foremost, we're part of a support club, right? Ah. So first thing that I would do is my main concern is my brother okay. All right. That's the first main concern. Second off, what in the hell just happened? Assess the situation. If it's not fixable on the side of the road, and if we're not somewhere safe to where we safely pulled off, then we're gonna have to figure this out. Everybody else, go up to the nearest exit. We're going a figure out if we can fix it right quick. If we can't, my second thing is I'm giving phone calls because if I don't have a truck and trailer with me and we're on the road, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna reach out to the bigger bros around the area because they should know that we're on the road because you did say on the road, so you should have gave a heads up. You know what? That's another episode. Anyway, I would do my due
I
diligence,
like that.
reaching out. Yeah, do my due diligence. I'm reaching out to the support clubs in the area if I know any. Hey, listen, man, I got a bro down. You got a truck and trailer. We're traveling to such and such, such and such. We're at mile marker such and such. If that's not feasible, I'm reaching out to the bigger bros. Hey, listen, big bro, remember I told you we was hitting the road? Yeah, well, we're at mile marker such, 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 such. You got anybody available? If all else fail, man, you got to go AAA. But those are the steps that I would use. Try to reach out to your community. You know what I'm saying? If you've fallen up on a support organization or whatever, reach out to the community. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you don't have a tractor trailer following you, reach out to somebody. That's why it's important to check your stuff. But incidents like that, I mean, a chain snapping or whatever, not unless it's visible to where you see the wear and tear on the chain. But stuff like that, man, you really can't determine, inside glitches that's going to happen on the road. It's just part of the journey. Seat time.
Oh man, his holes, the bolt holes in the hub itself was about an inch wide when all this happened. Luckily,
Nah, it
as
ain't.
you said, you know, we did let Big Bros know. And on top of that, we did have a cage and a trailer and all that kind of stuff. So we did take that trip prepared. There was even a couple extra bikes just in case that was there. So uh, we was able to handle that. But yes, I love that because, as everybody knows, we're not diamonds. We don't try to pretend to be diamonds. We are support. And as support, we do have that community to lean on. Um, we have the bros in every state, multiple chapters. And, I got asked one time why support. Well, first off, my bike is not American because I do not have American bike money. Um, so I got overseas import money and I barely had it. So for me, I chose to support because I didn't have that American bike, but also because in a support, you do have a broad community that
Yeah,
you can use when you need to use it, as long as you're not one of those people that take advantage of it.
correct.
Give back, make sure you paying your dues, as I said before, show your bros love, get to know them. One thing that, me and my VP at the time did one day, uh, came out of our own pockets, just me and him, decided, yo, all the bros, I know, right? All the bros are meeting up
Sheesh.
at this park. And today we're just going to have a bros day. We're going to be out here.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be bonding at the park, having a cookout. So if you want to, bring your families, bring your ladies, come hang out. No, you ain't got to be in club attire today. This is just us bonding time.
Right, right.
So stuff like that, it does help. Just being able to get back, like I said earlier in the show, change the narrative. I got so good at going and buying supplies for homeless people from Dollar General down the street that whenever I would walk
Mm-hmm.
in my club attire, they would already know what was up and they would
That's right.
actually like not charge me taxes on it because they knew I was getting ready to go hand it all out anyways. And I had a couple people that would actually bring me stuff to hand out. So stuff like that does help. We do have to change that narrative. And yeah, let's see what you have to say about this one right here, because you pointed it out
I,
earlier.
I love it. I love it because there is a difference. All right. So the major difference is prospect versus probing, right? Prospecting. When you have a prospect, which in my honest opinion, and my opinion only, that's their first time ever in indulging into the set life. All right, so they done made it past the hang around spot. They learned how the no they haven't learned how to club boost, but they got familiar with the bros that are and sisters and or sisters that are associated with that said club association, whatever the case may be, right? So they decide, hey, listen, I want to go ahead and I want to go ahead and get into this, man. What I gotta do? Oh, okay. All right, so you don't know anything about this, do you? Nah. I just know I like you guys, right? Looking for brotherhood, sisterhood, da 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 da. They gun ho. All right, well, we're gonna start prospecting. We're gonna start your prospecting period, right? So the prospecting period is exactly what it is. Whatever the bylaws state, whatever the club states, you do it for however long to say you do it. You make it if you make it. You don't if you don't. Pro Proby and or probationary period. You've already been through a club. You've already did your prospecting period. You know about the set. You're familiar with the set. You know how to move. This club isn't doing it for me. There was a question last time that we were up here about uh, do you start over when you go to another club or whatever the case may be? I can't remember how how she addressed the question, but in my honest opinion, it's not really starting over. It's learning another club. So you start
No,
a probationary.
it was,
What was it?
do you start over when you go from being a regular member to a, I mean,
Regular
from a
member
probie
to
to a fullback?
probie to a. There you go. There you go.
And for
So
those of you that don't know, a fullback is a regular member that's earned all their patches on the back.
that's right. And you can go back to the show, like, share, subscribe, and view. Give us some Kevin Hart's, and we'll get back to you. But probation, probie. I know you've heard it before. Probation, whatever, right? That's probationary period. You've already used to the set life. You've already been in a club before. You know how it works. So you're not. This is not your first time. You're not prospecting. This is not your first time. This is actually your second, third, or fourth time. Some go longer than others to find one. But that name is not just strategic to one set of the set. If you follow what I'm saying. So there is a difference between prospecting and probation. How you feel about it?
No, actually, I ain't really got nothing to say. You kind of hit that one on the head.
Sorry, I should have
The
shut up. My bad.
nah, nah, nah. You actually got that one. So I don't really have anything to say because exactly what he said, ladies and gentlemen, bros and sisters. That's it. Um. Oh yeah, that remark was about them
Exactly. I
CVOs.
don't have one. You stupid. That's exactly. I don't have one.
Exactly. Like Archbishop said, prospects
Yep.
and probies are virtually the same, not to be confused with a hang around. So if
Exactly.
you are a prospect, then what you're doing is you're the gopher, basically. You got to show the bros that you're worth having around, that you want to earn it. Show that this is what you want and actually put forth the effort, the work, and take the time to learn. Um, so like Kenyatta said right here, Big Boneyard Clips unofficial. He's been using them interchangeably, and you can. They are interchangeable. So a hang around, that's whenever you know you decide, hey, I like you guys, and I want to see what you're about. So take the time to go and hang out with that club that you're thinking about being a prospect for. Take the time to learn that club, learn them bros, go to some events. Um, the way we did it was before you could even think about coming to Proby with us, you had to make at least 3 rides. Um,
Right.
and those 3 rides are separate from at least 2 events. So you're going to have to come out to the clubhouse or go to that bike wash, go to feed the homeless, hand out toys, the Toys for Tots thing. Um, you're going to have to do that because that's whenever you get to see, are you really going to like these people? Is this the club that you want to be around? And it gives the club time to learn you too. Now, with the prospect period, once you decide that you've done your hang around and you decide to prospect, that's you saying for sure, yeah, I want to be one of you. And whenever you do that, that's when you start putting in the work. As a hang around, you just coming to chill, coming to hang out, and coming to show love, supporting basically. So once you actually start prospecting, that's whenever you start putting in the work and doing what you got to do, washing those
So
bikes and all that kind of stuff. If that's what they say to do.
so I wanna tie into that too. So like you just said, the hang around versus prospecting. Um, when you hang around, that's more of a verbal commitment, right? So everybody knows what a verbal commitment is, like when you're doing like a verbal commitment to a college or something. You're just saying, "Hey, listen, I do want to come here, but I'm not signing any contracts yet." You know what I'm saying? So you can hang around whoever you want to. Ain't nobody stopping you from hanging around whoever you want to. But once you make that deal with the prospecting period, you got to see it through. Or, I mean, even if you don't see it through, then Hey, that's on you. But maybe it wasn't for you. Not now. This bike thing, this set thing, this ride thing ain't for everybody. All right, you got to find your own niche in it. You got differences too. You got MCs, you got RCs, you got everything out here. So you got a choice to, you don't have to just be on the MC. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Give it a shot. Give it your best shot, but give it a fair shot too. Don't do that. Well, he said this and she said that because they butt sore because he did this and she did that. You know what I mean? And we talked about that too. AB said they one and the same, man. Hey, AB, where you go? There you go. He said they the same, man. So maybe. Hey, look, like I said, this is a
Well,
controversial show, so maybe I
so
was wrong.
so uh, AB can correct me if I'm wrong. Um, the way that I was always told this, and the difference between the two is that it depends on what set you're on. Um,
Yeah,
Most of the time, 90% of the time, the white set is not calling someone a probie. They are
right,
prospects. Um, that's just what they are. The probie thing is more on the black side of the set, if I'm not mistaken. I've always tried to, not only learn this one set, but learn for the whole community. Um, and just like AB said, if they don't see it through, it's cool. Everything ain't for everybody, but thanks for the donation. And I
that's
agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
right,
The club life is not for everybody. Don't be one of the people that just want to jump in. It's okay to be an independent writer. If you are an independent writer or you like to go out and ride with your buddies on the weekends or whenever you're off work or whatever, that's cool. You ain't got to be in colors to do that. Go out there, go ride, okay? But what we're talking about here, that this is club life and the life that we chose, and that's what it is. It's a life, it's a lifestyle, it's a culture. We have history, we have culture, we have protocols, we have rules. You've heard us go through all that in the previous shows. So this is what we chose to do with our life. It don't matter. I can't not be a biker. That's
right,
who I am. I can
right,
be a writer every day, but I'm also going to be a biker every day. Some people ain't like that. They're just riders. And there's a difference between riders and bikers. Riders are the independents that go out there and show they love and ride their bike and they love it. Hey, I just got this brand new Road King. I just got this brand new Gixxer, whatever it may be. I just got this African 1300 and I can ride trails and stuff now. I'm all excited. Do that. Congratulations. More power to you. We support you too. We show love to
right.
you too. We're not hating on nobody, but for what we're talking about, the lifestyle that we're in, this is what we're doing and what we're talking about. Um, and
Ken had a good one.
like AB said, the black and white verbiage, and that depends on what part of the set slash circuit, depending on where you're at. That depending on what they call it is depending on what your wording is. For those of you that seen the other thumbnail, it said ride captain and tail gunners. So ride captain, that's what they call it because they are the ride captain. They are the one in charge of the ride. They are that captain. So it's all about where you're at, your location, what part of the set you're in, or what part of the circuit you're in, depending on where you're at. Um, and yes, yes, Kenyatta, it would work as long as you were going to be dedicated enough to make that trip, to do that traveling. Okay, so for a real club, they're not going to have you in North Carolina, your president out there, blah, blah, blah. Um, some people that do it have already been in the club and you'll see nomads, rebel, whatever that bottom patch may be that signifies what they are as far as their location. That means that they don't have a home. So they're already part of the club and just travel constantly. But if you're going to hang around, then make sure that you're going to take the time to go hang around. But do not, this is my opinion now. Don't prospect from another state. If you want to hang around from another state, that's cool. If you're thinking about moving to that state or whatever, or you just like that club, then just hang around with that club. You can be associated with the club without being part of that club. Um, I'm not in Trouble's club. We are in the same nation, the same set, and all that, but we're in different clubs and stuff. Now, if I want to go hang out with his club, hey, bro, I'm coming to hang out with you for a little bit. Cool. Get the bros together. I'm coming out there. Because this fool lives a few hours away from me. So it's not a little trip for me. But I'll take it to go hang out if I got the time to do so and the money to do so. I'll go out there and hang out. Ain't no problem.
Likewise.
So as far as the other states go, if you're going to prospect, you're going to be putting more time into that than what you actually think you're going to do. You've got to make mandatories. You've got to be at church. You've got to make this run because this is an anniversary run or whatever. Speaking of which, about anniversaries, we know a special old man that had a birthday on the 9th. So we want to say happy birthday to that old man that we know. Happy Veterans Day to all the vets out there because, there are a lot of vets that are in the motorcycle community. Like we always say, we are not a gang. Archbishop that's down here in the comments right now, he actually promotes that constantly. We've got images and stuff like that. Motorcycle clubs are not street gangs, and we would be more than happy to share. All you have to do is reach out to us. If you have any comments, any suggestions, just want to know anything, the email is right there on the ticker at the bottom of the screen. So make sure you hit up that email. Make sure you let us know everything. The live comments are not here when we're not live. So if you have something you want to know post show, then go comment post show. That way we know because we're not able to go back and look at these later. Angel said she appreciates the knowledge. We're glad you love that knowledge. We're glad that we can bring that to you. Happy birthday. Thank you. They would be glad to know that. And Red said facts, not a gang. But make sure you comment, make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that bell so whenever we go live, you'll know that we're going live. If you want to show some love by Cash App, you can reach out. There's the cash tag right there. That one guy Frost, just like the channel. And make sure that you tune in, you show some love, and you just help us out and do everything. But what do you think about the state to state thing?
Yeah, I'm gonna touch on that, and then we'll get ready to shut her down. So, with that being said, kid, it's very possible. I know of a few people that have done it numerous times, and when I say numerous times, I'm not putting business out, but they've done it numerous of times. So basically, it's about if you really want to be a part of something, you'll find any and every way to do it. All right. So, like we said, hang around is a verbal commitment. I mean, I can say, hey, yeah, uh, I'm a 5-star recruit. I'm going to verbally commit to UConn. Come signing day, I throw on the Gators hat. You know what I'm saying? So it's a verbal commitment. I know for a fact that if you were willing to do that journey with my said club and actually finish the process, dude, sky's the limit because I'm all about quantity, quality over quantity. You understand me? So, hey, that's solid. I've had bros, in other states. I got a bro right now down in Florida. You know what I'm saying? So, like, hey, if you willing to put in that work, sky's the limit. And the club is going to definitely, whatever club you choose, the club is definitely going to appreciate it. Definitely going to, if they're the right club, definitely going to be by your side. There was a comment up here by Miss Peppers. She said, "Damn, what does that make me trouble?" Somebody, old lady, you were interested in the set at one point, but that didn't work out too good for you. So, yeah, you just you're a set lover. That's what you are. You just love the set. If you want to partake in any kind of festivities or things like that, but you're just a fan. You're just a good person that want to get out there and ride some twos every now and then. What does Sierra say?
And I
Why
want
would
to
you
I
say?
want to correct that real quick. Yep, what Relentless said. So I wasn't saying not to be in a club in another state. Don't get me wrong. I've got bros in other states and all that kind of stuff. So it is possible. What I was meaning was, if you're gonna hang around with that club, then hang around with that club, sure, all day long. If you're already a member of that club, then you've already shown that you're willing to do what it takes and be there and all that kind of stuff. But some people, you know, they want to take on a little bit more than what they can actually do. So they say, "Hey, I want to come prospect for you," and then they end up missing six mandatories and events and blah 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 because they can't make it due to either finances, the bike, the work schedule, family schedule, or whatever. So what I was meaning was, if you're gonna prospect, like, okay, I live in North Carolina, Trouble lives in North Carolina, I'm on the west, he's on the east. There's about a 4 hour, 4.5 hour difference between us. Now, if I want to
Yeah,
go hang around, I'm gonna go hang around. Um, if I wanted to prospect, I wouldn't do it. Nothing against his club, nothing against anything like that. It's just me personally, I wouldn't do it because I do have a wife and kids. I do have responsibilities that I gotta make sure are handled first. I don't have the time or the ability to be able to make that ride every time they need something or they want to do something. And I'm one of them people that I give myself to what I'm doing, whether it be family, club, whatever, both. If today is club day, then my wife already knows today's club day. I'm handling club stuff. That's what today is. It's club day. So if I know I can't make it 4 hours out there whenever they need me out there, then I'm not gonna do it because that's gonna waste their time and mine. I don't want to go in there wasting nobody's time. I don't want to waste nobody's effort. I don't want to waste my own effort by actually putting forth the effort to do it, and then 2 months down the road, 3 months down the road, my bike break down. I can't make it back and forth. Then what do? I'm kind of screwed. So I would like to have something that's a little bit closer to me. My chapter was actually like an hour away from me, and I still traveled to make sure that I was doing everything I had to do for the club. And that right there, even an hour away, sometimes became a hindrance. Not all the time. So I'm not saying not to state or out of state, whatever thing. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying I personally wouldn't do it as far as prospecting. If you've already went through that, you've already got your rags, you've already done all that. Congratulations. You pulled it off and we love you. We're glad you're around and you a hell of a bro or sis. If you're hanging around, hang around. Show that love. Thank you. We love you. appreciate all the support we can get in the club, on the show, whatever. That's just how we are. But like we say all the time, these are our opinions and how we feel, what we know, the knowledge that we've learned, and that's all we're trying to do. So I do apologize if you misunderstood the statement. I wasn't saying not to do it. I was just saying I wouldn't.
Yeah, because it's definitely feasible. Like I said, I know several individuals that have done it, so it's feasible. It just depends on your lifestyle. What you got, like you said, I got you. Like you said, married kids and all that good stuff. Hey, whatever you can swing. It's not easy to find a female set that that's around here and true to the life without acting funny. Ah, ah, I'm gonna touch that in a minute after I touch Peppers. Peppers said, "But I got a bike though." That don't mean nothing. You're just an independent writer. If you're not like pursuing an active membership, then you're just an independent writer. And there's nothing wrong with independency. I was an independent writer. I'm gonna tell you a little small story in like 2 seconds. I ain't give a damn about MC culture. Okay, when I first started, look where I'm at now. So anything's possible. That's why I say, don't put limitations on any kind of membership. Don't put limitations on anything that you're gonna do or that you might think about doing. Now, know inside yourself what you can and can't do. Don't pump fake because, like AB said, thank you for the donations. But Red, you're right. And what comes with that though, Red, is getting out here and just meeting and greeting, finding a niche. As if there is a niche to be filled, but finding it out because you know I've seen a group of lady riders that I know that if you're serious about riding, I can definitely put you in contact with because their sisterhood is crazy strong, like crazy strong. It's a couple hours away from you, but it's crazy strong.
Well, see, her thing is she picky too. She
I
don't
got you.
want she don't want SC, RC, none of that. She wants MC. She wants to do the damn thing. But
AMC.
I can't lie. When it comes to actually riding, I've had her out there and I've had her out there on the road. She's made more events than some of my bros. She's been there, done that, put in work. You know, if we was going out handing out gifts for Christmas, she was right there with us in her support shirt because she couldn't get a vest in the club I was in. So she was out there actually doing it. Females that are actually willing to put in the work and actually respect the culture and everything of the lifestyle, I support wholeheartedly. Um, females sometimes get a bad rep in the motorcycle world because this is a man's world, and you know they don't get some of the respect, appreciation, and abilities that we get as men. But there are some of them out there that will outride, outmaneuver, outwork all all these motherfuckers because that's what they do. It's just who they are.
I agree.
Kenyatta said, asked to speak to the manager about that refund.
Yeah, about the refund. Hey, look, ain't no refunds. You better read the bylaws. Ain't no refunds. If you put your money down, it's a wrap. I'm gonna holler at you.
Now,
If she gets with the club that wears MC, it's the wrong club.
see, I'll touch that one real quick. So, me personally, not in a co-ed club. I don't I don't really, I'm not saying that I disagree with it, but I like the club the way it is, the bros. Um, but there are clubs out there that do allow females to ride with them, that do give them vests, and that are actual MCs. So it is out there. Um, Black Sabbath, they've got sisters. I can't remember the name that
they wear, but
Sisters
it's
of
a
the
sister
South.
club. And you've got Kings of the South and Queens of the South. I mean, they're clubs. They're out there. They're doing it. There are females that do do it and would rod circles around a lot of these dudes given the opportunity just to be a part of the MC community and have the respect that we have as men on the set. But me personally, I I like it the way it is. I'm not gonna lie. Call me old fashioned, but I believe that there are roles, and she'll get ready to get into the comments. I know she will, but I believe that there's men work, there's women work, and there's combined work, and um, I'm not saying that one or the other can't do the other person's work. I'm just saying that primarily that's what it is, men or women's work. Me personally, I ain't touching no dishes. I don't do dishes. I ain't touching it. Nope, not happening. We'll go out to eat.
Hmm.
I ain't doing them.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
think.
me. That's me. I'm not. But I got out there and I built the porch, gave it the nice overhang, all that stuff. You've seen the pictures. I'll do that. Now she's a little tomboy. Red's a tomboy. For those of you that don't know, she grew up with a dad who was a race car driver, and here in North Carolina, and followed him around, rebuilt cars, and did all that stuff her whole life. She was out there because she was basically her daddy's tail, if you want to call it that, because she followed him around everywhere. And, you know, at the end of the day, she would rather be out there working on the car than in here doing the dishes too. So we butt heads sometimes. But there's still, I believe in roles. And I know that might offend some people. I'm sorry if it does. Not really, because it's who I am. But if you don't like it, I mean, I understand. It's not for everybody. I'm not one of the bros that's gonna say, "Fuck no, get out of here" because you're a female. I'm gonna still show you the respect as long as you show me respect. And if like Trouble's old lady is around, I'm gonna show her respect. Hey sis, how you doing? You need anything? Blah blah blah, and show that love. I'm not gonna be disrespectful because it's not in me. But
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, they
I seen them
crazy. These
comments.
comments, man. They are
But
hilarious. I want to touch on that too when you get
that's
when
what I
you
was
get
about to
finished.
say. What do you have to say on that?
Yeah, and I get what he was saying. He was saying, I'm gonna read it again. Where the hell was it? Damn it, damn it, damn it. Oh yeah. If she gets with the club that wears MC, it's the wrong club. I get what he was saying. He was basically saying the versus spelling it out because technically the women have to have it spelled out, right? You see what I'm following? Where I'm going? So it has to be
I've seen
written out
women with
motorcycle
cubed.
club. I have too, but it's supposed to be from my uh uh what is it? Thoughts and views and whatever opinions and all of that disclaimer shit. So just like the co-ed, right? Because we already did the disclaimer like over an hour ago. I don't feel like doing it again. But okay, so co-ed, right? Motorcycle club spelled out, right? I know there's a strong women's club out here, uh, Quasar Chrome. You know what I'm talking about, Oliver. Spelled out. The spelled out motorcycle club. You know what I'm saying? That's why he was saying basically like if there's a woman inside of a MC that has a vest on that actually has MC on it, she's in the wrong club because that's supposed to stand for men's club and co-ed club. You know what I'm saying? If it's a co-ed or it's a woman, then they got to be spelled out. But now we can definitely get controversial on it. You know what I mean? And do our research and come back with some controversial thoughts. But that's just my thoughts on it. You know what I mean? Never stand this shit. Look at this, man. Y'all are terrible. This is why we do 2 hours because of y'all in the comments. It's not me. No women will be in the cube. Yep. See, my ball just said it. No women will be in the cube. MC.
Man, we can't listen to him. He's all the way out there on the West Coast.
Yeah, I've never. Oh yeah, so you brought up Black Sabbath, right? They got Ladies of the Cross. They still got the same
That's
look
what the name
almost.
was.
Yeah, Ladies of the Cross, and then the Queens of Chrome. I mean, damn, Queens of the South. They got like a whole different kind of setup. But I think that Bottom Rocker says something like Harley Davidson or something. It doesn't really have a state or anything on it.
So let's get into that real quick.
Go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
yeah, they do they do say something different.
Yeah.
If you know BK, you know they have SON on the bottom. Um,
Hmm.
then you've got city and state rockers, and that's a difference too. Um, like you heard us talking about leathers and denims and all that stuff last time. That kind of
Yeah.
goes hand in hand with that. If you're in your leathers, then 9 times out of 10, you are wearing Charlotte, North Carolina, Asheville, North
Hmm.
Carolina, Chicago, Illinois, whatever,
Yeah.
as your bottom rocker. Um, if you are actually wearing your diamond and denims or whatever, then you're going to be wearing that state rocker, and it's going to have the name of the state. Then you've got the other people that have different bottom rockers for different stuff. Like I said, BK got SON, um, and that's for support of their nation. I'm not going to put out everything for their information or whatnot in case they don't want all that out there, but that's basically showing love for their big bros. And that's what their bottom rocker is. Some people, don't even have bottom rockers. Mike Ball can tell you because he sees it a lot more than we do on the West Coast and the East
Yeah.
Coast. They've
Yeah.
got the single rocker or single patch clubs
Ghost.
out there. Um, One of the biggest known clubs in the United States that actually started, this whole outlaw diamond stuff and AMA and all that, or went against AMA for the Outlaws and all that stuff, were the booze fighters. And booze fighters do not wear a state rocker. They do not wear a diamond, but they are out there and they are one of the originals and get that respect because they've earned that. But they don't do it because they ain't got to. So mainly the state thing is you having your area in that state. That's more of an area claim to dominance kind of thing than a regular, like me and him. We have city rockers because we're out here repping our area. Now our big
What
bros
up?
have state rockers. So the big bros who are the dominants have the state rockers. So that's why they do that. Um so there is a difference in that. And like Mike Ball said, the single patch shit is badass in his opinion. And what's up, Ghost? I see you in there. But yeah, there's single patch, just one single patch, no rockers that are actually out here outlaw diamonds and everything else. And you made a face like you had something to say on that. So I want to hear if you agree with me or or how you feel about the whole rocker dilemma thing.
Oh, oh, no, no, no. That face was my sinuses. No, no, I agree with you, bro. I agree with you, bro. Don't get it twisted, man. That was my sinuses acting up. I muted the mic because I thought I was about to sneeze. But no, 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 no. I agree. I agree with the setups. Now you will see some 99s with a state rocker. That depends on their dominant. So,
And their area.
um, and the area. So I will say for the 10 people that's up here, maybe more, and the people that are still listening that are going to watch this, if you're thinking about venturing out onto the worldwide set, because it is worldwide, it's just not North Carolina, South Carolina, wherever you at, it's worldwide. You know what I'm saying? You got across the waters. It's worldwide. So if you're thinking about venturing out, do yourself a favor. Do some due diligence. Find out who is the dominant in your area. Find out who's on the COC. Find out how this whole thing got started in the first place. Why? Why is it important? Why do people fight over it? Why do people cry over it? Why do you do this? Why do you do that? It's more than just riding your motorcycle. We make it look like it's just riding your motorcycle, but it's more into it. Into it. Excuse me. It's just like school. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna get out of it what you put into it. Period. So if you just want to be a patch holder, be a patch holder. Not everybody can be the tough guy. Not everybody can be the smart guy. Not everybody can be guy or female. Excuse me. No, no, not trying to be biased, but not everybody can be that it person.
So, have
Like
you seen
find
this
your niche.
before?
I wear United States bottom rocker. Think about
So, for those of you that don't know, uh, Mike
right,
Ball's club
right.
is an international club. Um,
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
I think Mike, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe the mother chapter is Brazil. Um, I could be wrong. Probably am.
I
Not
couldn't
gonna lie,
even imagine those
but
conversations. Yeah.
but it is like he said right here. They are. I think he meant countries. 28 countries deep, and yes, the mother chapter was in Brazil. So I got it right. Hey, yeah. See, I told y'all I have some kind of
See,
knowledge up here.
you gotta know
But
something. See y'all.
but yeah, for a United States rocker, that right there gets you a whole nother respect level. So even once you get into the club, you've got your leathers is what you're put in with your city rocker.
Right.
Uh, you work your way up. You might get your denims. If you get denims, you could keep city. You could switch to something else, or you could have state, depending on what level you're at. Like you said,
Correct.
some 99, some support have bottom rockers that aren't state or city. Some have state, depending on where they're at as a support club. Also, in my opinion, there's a difference between support and 99. I know there is on the totem pole, but some people kind of call them the same thing.
Correct.
Either way, it's still an outlaw club. For those of you that don't know, just because we're support doesn't mean that we're not an outlaw club. It just means that we're not a diamond club. An outlaw club just means that we're not part of the AMA. And once you get past city, you get to international. Now that international, that's a whole different status. And you know, I I can't lie. Ghost, he hit it right here. Not all
Yep.
folks who chase a cut belong with a cut. We said that earlier. Clubs aren't meant
Yep.
for everybody. You can be an independent writer. We're not saying there's anything wrong with that. We're just trying to give y'all the knowledge that, we have our opinions and stuff about the support set. Because as far as the support set goes, there's not people out here talking about the support set. It's all, diamonds so far, or old clubs that's been around forever, or like Black Dragon and Black Sabbath. They've been around for decades, so they've earned that right to speak. But most of them, they don't do that. Um, yeah, the three P's.
Tell him,
So
Mike.
the
Tell him,
the three
Mike.
P's are a bad reason to join. Um, never
Does any,
join for the three P's. Don't
anybody in the
join.
comments know what that is?
Do what?
No, I was just saying. Anybody in the comment? Do you know what the three P? Not Ghost, not Mike. Hold on. Let me call him out. Oliver, you can't say anything, but anybody else, you can go ahead, bro. Does anybody know what the three P's are? Go ahead, bro.
All right. Yeah, don't join for that. Make sure that you're joining for a real reason. And please do not give that fucking cliche answer whenever someone asks why you want to join. because
Right.
so many of us real bikers are tired of hearing for brotherhood. Bullshit. I'll call you out on it right now. Bullshit. Nope, it ain't for
Bullshit.
brotherhood. There,
I
there's
bullshit.
there's a reason you chose us versus them versus them versus them. It's not brotherhood. It might be the way that this brotherhood moves, or it might be the way that this brotherhood upholds themselves, but it ain't brotherhood.
Red, 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 stop.
There you
Most
go,
cases
Mike.
be
I'm skipping red.
yeah, right.
So I got to deal with her on a daily basis. I'm skipping her ass. Fuck it. Mike, you ain't lying. They don't. They're not vulnerable enough. For those of you that don't know, Mike Ball is all the way out in Cali, and I'm all the way out here in North Carolina. And Mike is a true bro. He's on a whole nother set, a whole nother level, a whole nother everything than what I am. Um, he is a lifer, a diamond, international club, all that, and he's put his blood, sweat, tears, and all that into his club. But at the same time, he don't discriminate. And even though I'm in another set and I'm in another state and I'm in another club and all that stuff, he is still a bro. If I needed somebody to talk to, I could call that man right there. He would answer the phone because at the end of the day, he understands something that most people don't about being a bro or being a sis or brotherhood in general. And that is brotherhood is not a good thing. It's not. Brotherhood is an inconvenience. It is work. It is dedication. It is aggravation. It is better make sure that I have a full pack of cigarettes before I get around my bros type of situation half the time. Now, once I get around my bros, I'm having a blast. I'm having a ball. But at 3 a.m., when I'm trying to sleep and they calling me, hey, bro, I got this going on. I got that going on. Uh, I just got into a fight with this club or that club. My bike just broke down. Whatever it may be. My girl just left me. Whatever. They know that they can call me because I'm going to be there. But that's what a bro is. It's the inconveniencing. And it don't just inconvenience me. So I was on the phone with Mike the other day and he's got a newborn baby and his old lady was trying to lay the baby down and I got him a little too hyped up. He started getting loud and his old lady come in there and was like, nah, you being too loud. Don't wake up the baby. And, he was like, do I need to move to the garage? She was like, no, you're good. Just, kind of tone it down. Red is the same way. If I'm in the bed and my phone starts ringing and I answer it, first off, she's going to cuss my bro out for waking her up. But then she's going to let me do what I need to do to handle what I need to handle. And yeah, you wake up the baby, you'll end up dead. And that is true. I got 5 kids, and I'll tell you right now that you wake up these kids, and that's your ass. Because I have worked hard to get these kids knocked out, no matter what it's been doing, distracting them, getting them to go play outside, getting them to do this, getting them to do that, school, all that other stuff. It takes work to knock them out. So don't wake up the kids. Don't wake up the old lady because she's grumpy too. That's the one that holds your leash at the end of the day. And most men don't want to put in the work to make the brotherhood, to put the heart, blood, sweat into it, making it a brotherhood. One reason the set is as it is. And I agree
Right.
with that. See, I'm all about changing the narrative. I'm all about unity. I don't care if you're on the white set, the black set, whatever set it may be. I don't care if you're a diamond. I don't care if you're support. I don't care if you're an independent rider. Um, I go down the road, man. I'm not gonna lie. You know, a lot of bros won't do this, but I go down the road and I'll get scooters, little 50cc scooters, and they'll throw out the two fingers. And you know, some people won't wave at them or whatever, but I'll still wave at them because you know, if I'm in my rags, that's making their day. Just getting that little bit of love from somebody else's on twos. I got a really close friend of mine. You know, he rides a scooter because he got his license taken. He can't get his license back, so therefore he's stuck on a scooter or a little like 125, something like that. So I wave whenever you know people pass me. I show that love. I don't care who you are. I'm out there because that's what a bro is. And we can't change this narrative alone. Like I've said a couple times during the show, we need everybody's helps. Uh, exactly. Like Mike said, they risking just as much as we are. Anybody on two wheels. So, you know, you've got to show that love. Yeah, I understand. On a set, there are different sets, there are different clubs, and there are different bros that ain't gonna wave at you. Hell, I got some big bros that don't talk to me just because I'm support. I'm not part of big bros. And that's just the type of bro that they are. Um, I got bros that won't talk to probies. Like that I'm not wasting my time with a probie. I'm not talking to the probie. And that's you know some of the problem because you need to talk to the probies. You need to be able to pass on the knowledge, give all that stuff out there and do what we're doing right now. Each one teach one. That's the saying.
Yeah,
Each one teach one. You gotta teach. You gotta do that. And be careful who you get that information from because some people you don't want to hear it from. You don't need to hear it from. I heard somebody giving out some knowledge the other day that, you know, it made me laugh when I was watching because it wasn't proper knowledge, but I didn't speak on it. I didn't say nothing to him. I didn't correct him. None of that stuff. Um, because it wasn't my place. But at the same time, you know, yeah, exactly. Like Ball said, Mike Ball said, you know, a lot of big bros like to keep that buffer between the dom and the support. It sometimes it's not the best strategy, but you know, it is true. Um, the club that I'm in, you know, they don't have a problem with. I mean, my big bros, my dominants, they don't have a problem with supports. You know, they show love to supports, but not every bro is gonna be that bro. Some of them you're gonna see at the clubhouse just sitting there chilling, talking to big bros because that's what they are. They're big bros. They ain't got time for you because they're worrying about other stuff. And then you know there's some like you know you got Big Bone Archbishop and everybody, Prophet, a couple other big bros that's out here that love sharing that knowledge, love passing all that on, love being able to do that. Pac from Ice Cold Riders is a perfect example. That man spits a lot of knowledge. He'll keep you on your toes. Uh, what you think?
the thing is, the reality is, right? Not everybody is gonna be the same way, right? Um, on the support aspect, not everybody, depending on what dominant you're up under, not everybody has been on this side. Not everybody understands this side. All right, so you have few that have been, I won't say raised, but you have a few that have been trained to fuck them, don't speak, they below us. Then you got others that's like, what do you mean? You know, they're our support club, so why would I not want to hang around them? They support us. You know what I'm saying? They entertain our shenanigans from time to time. And when we get a time to come and entertain their shenanigans, we'll do so. But the advice that I would give is to don't engage in the BS, ladies and gents. You know what I'm saying? Me, I'm charismatic, never met a stranger. people's person, da 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 da. So I'm going to speak. But if you don't open up your damn mouth and I'm up under you and you're supposed to be my dominant and the OMC or whatever the case may be, whatever title you want to give them, hey, I'm not going to break my neck to keep talking to you. It is what it is. Maybe you got something going on. Maybe, you've been rubbed the wrong way, or maybe you just don't like talking to people that you don't know. Hey, it is what it is. Take it with a grain of salt. It's 1,000 other people in the room. Introduce yourself. You know what I mean? Bump shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Don't be scared of them. Bump shoulders. They people at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? That person like you are is in a position that you're not. That's it. You know what I mean? Yeah, egos are big. Red. Yes, egos are big. Now, if I'm a Provi, I want to know to Mufazal. The club is checking me out. I'm checking them out. I agree. I mean, it's all a process. You know what I'm saying? Like we can go on for hours. You feel me? Talking about this. Everything is a process, right? So, like I said, get in where you fit in. You said it the best, and I'm gonna requote it. Each one teach one, right? So, with that being said, you can listen to us all you want to, but you got to do your own research. You know what I'm saying? Because we can tell you right now, it's damn 85 degrees in North Carolina. You gonna believe us? You've got some. What? Oh, you've got some that graduated up and then think they're the almighty, and everyone, woo, is a doormat. Now, I ain't even gonna dive all the way into that, but Oliver, you're correct.
Actually,
You
you
got you
know
got a
what?
lot of people.
You know what? We will. I'm gonna forget to do so, so I'm gonna tell Red because I know she's on here still. Write that down, and we'll touch that Wednesday because we're gonna come back
All
Wednesday
right, bet.
too for a quick short show to touch up on some of the stuff we've talked about previously. Um, but I think if I'm gonna be here, whether I'm a member, an officer, or whatever, I'm gonna want to make sure that the people coming in are gonna be able to hold on to the stuff that made me want to join in the first place. So
Exactly.
I got in trouble, believe it or not, I got in trouble with my club once upon a time for hanging out with big bros more than my own club. But at the same time, we are support for them. So in my eyes,
Right.
I don't just need my knowledge. I learned my bylaws word for word. I knew them. I know all that. I took my time. I did what I needed to do. I earned my position and made it to the top of the food chain. So if I want to go hang out with big bros because I want to learn their knowledge because we're supporting them, then that's what I'm going to do. And I got in trouble for it. But big bros loved it. They respected it because I wanted to know. I was thirsty for that. And yes, there is a hierarchy,
It
and
is.
you know you've got to respect that hierarchy.
You do.
Um, and there's a way to respect it while not at the same time. So you
Yeah.
respect it when it comes to rules, drama, all that stuff. Keep that in your club. Work on it with your club. Don't run the big bros unless you need to run the big bros. If it's
Right.
one of them situations where you just can't air it out, there's no going, no getting nowhere, nothing, and you can't do it within your chapter, and you can't take it to mother chapter of your club or national of your club or whatever, then yeah, take it to big bros. But do it properly. Do it within the right channels. Um, but if big bros say, "Yo, we having a cookout. You want to come hang out?" Shit, go hang out. Go learn that knowledge. Go do what you got to do. And
Right. Right.
I like what Mike said. The best position, low key, is a hang around. You ain't got to do
Low
no work.
key.
You ain't got to do
Nope.
no work. You get to be around everybody and doing all the
Leave
stuff.
when you ready.
Go and come as you please. Because I heard once bikers are free, clubbers are not.
Mm.
And I took that to heart when I heard it because you're not free in a club. If the
Mm-mm.
club says kickstands up at whatever time, you better be there and have kickstands up at that time. That's the way it's supposed to
Yep.
be. Now, some clubs, kickstands up 9 o'clock and they don't roll out till 12 o'clock because that's just that club, and everybody knows that that club's gonna be late because that's who they are. But it's still mandatory stuff that you have to do as a clubber, as an independent person or hang around. You ain't got to worry about that. Come, go as you please. If you want to go and you want to do that ride, hey, guys, I've been coming and hanging around. I got to know some of y'all. I just wanted to know, how would you feel about me coming on this ride with y'all? I'll stay in the back of the pack. I'll keep to myself, and I won't bother nobody. I just want to be out here and do it. What's the worst that can happen? They tell you fucking no. Okay, you a grown ass person. Get over it and ask for the next event. They got that bike wash coming up. Go to that bike wash. Go get your bike washed. I bet you they'll let
Yep.
you. I'll bet you they'll let you ride with them on the next ride because you came out there and showed love at that bike wash.
Hmm. Yep.
Exactly. Shit out here
Yeah.
is work. And that's what I
Yeah.
said earlier about that comment about not being a prospect from a different state. Because some people can't put in that work. And no offense to those people or that certain person that asked or anything like that, because you might have that capability. And if you do, more power to you. You're going to be a hell of a fucking bro or sis.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
if you don't and you ain't 150% sure that you can make everything you got to make, don't do it. Don't waste the time.
Right.
Because I'm sorry, but
Right.
I'm going to be out here and doing what I got to do when I got to do it and showing the love and the support that I do. Everybody knows my bike's down right now and I'm not riding right now. I'm still out here talking to everybody I talk to. I'm still out here on the set, in the scene, whatever circuit, whatever your area calls it. I'm still out here doing it, which is why I'm still on here with my bro Trouble right here, able to bring you some of this great knowledge
Right.
because I'm still willing to put in the work even without something. And that's what I said. That's troubles like
Uh-oh. That man done froze over there. He said trouble's like, ooh, I'm not sure. But you good? There we go. You back?
yo, my power just went out in my whole neighborhood. So
Oh wow.
but yeah, I wouldn't be out here going 4 hours wasting his club's time because I might not be able to make it. I might not be able to do what I got to
Right.
do. So I'm not going to do it. My club was an hour away from me. I did that. I made my stuff. I did my stuff. I got my respect, my honor, and I'm still out here doing what I got to do. But yeah,
Right.
it, besides people's solar lights out here, it is black. Look at that.
Well, that's our cue to shut her down.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, crap. It's been an
Yeah,
hour and
143.
43 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you that have stuck around, appreciate that. That's some dedication. We love y'all. For those of y'all that chimed in, talked to us, made sure that y'all was live, we love y'all. Appreciate it. For those of you that's tuning in post show, we appreciate it. Uh, Either way, I ain't got no power right now, so I'm gonna hop off here, figure that out. We will see y'all Wednesday, uh, 7 o'clock. So make sure you tune in for a shorter episode to touch base on some of the things that we didn't get to today because of the time limit and power going out.
Absolutely. Each one teach one, man. Just like he said, when the club says kick stands up, we say Kickstandz Down. Join us next this Wednesday at 7 p.m. sharp. Friday, 7 p.m. sharp. Jump in the email, leave us some good content, and we will shout you out on the show and talk about it. But appreciate everybody. Like, share, subscribe. make sure that you know, get the word out there. We're trying to get this thing rolling for everybody, man.
Appreciate everybody for showing love. Y'all have a good
Salute,
one.
clips.
It ain't no sit down, fuck talking. Ain't no chit chat, you touch mine, it's fuck yours. Get my lick back, we pulled up and doubled down, yeah, we hit